Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading for April 2017. Before we get into the reading, I wanted to show you some jumping cards that you had. You had two from this deck and then one from this deck. Okay, so these are the cards that you had from the main deck. You had the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords. Of course, the Two of Cups, this is about a relationship. This is a soulmate relationship. This is a couple, but you also have the Three of Swords. And I've been finding that with all these jumping cards, they usually tie in very well with the reading. So it could be that there are some misunderstandings between you and your partner. Somebody may have broken up, or somebody's just really going through a tough time. So you had these two cards that jumped, and then you had this card jump from the other deck, the Five of Cups. So I definitely feel from this card that somebody's really, hurting. This could be a relationship that was lost, especially with the Three of Swords being here. This could be that you're very sad that a relationship didn't work out, or you're just kind of very sad about how the relationship could be falling apart. But we will see. We're not going to prejudge. We're going to see how this ties in with the rest of the reading. They usually tie in, but sometimes the message completely changes. Okay. So let's go ahead and get 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Aries for April 2017. The first card that you have, Aries, is Temperance. Love reading for the sign of Aries for April 2017. The Knight of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aries for April 2017. The Wheel of Fortune. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. Three of Swords. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. The Four of Pentacles. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. The Six of Pentacles. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. Ten of Cups. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. Okay, so you had something jump here, and it is, oh, you had more than one. You have Strength. But you also have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for April. And you have the World. So the World does mean sometimes, this is, a victory card, but it does mean that something is coming to an end. It doesn't have to be a relationship coming to an end. This could just be a bad cycle in a relationship. Or for those who are single, a bad cycle as far as like not finding a romantic partner. We will see how that ties in. That card ties in with the rest of the reading. Okay, so let's take a look at what you have here. Okay, so it's interesting at the top. At the top you have two major arcanas. You have Temperance and you have the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Cups right in the middle. I always find it's important when there's two major arcanas that are, that are usually kind of highlighting what's in the middle. So what is highlighted for you is a Knight of Cups. So this is, what you want to see, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship. The Knight of Cups does represent movement in your love life. So I feel like this is very positive for you, especially for those who have been struggling. I mean, like I said, you had the Three of Swords jump for you, and it has popped up again. You also had the Five of Cups, which is not here so far. But this is change in your relationship, positive change. For those who are single, this can be someone coming into your life, wanting to sweep you off your feet. This is some type of like proposal, especially for those who are single, whether it's, a date, a relationship, moving in together. But like I said, for those who are coupled, this also just means positive movement in your relationship. You're trusting again. You also have Temperance, a major arcana. So to me, this card is all about balance. So I feel like for some of you, things may not look very good right now. You might kind of feel like you don't have any answers. There's a lot of question marks around your love life or your relationship. You may not be trusting your partner right now. You may question whether you're going to be able to stay together. Temperance is asking you to not do anything extreme, such as, giving up or doing or saying something that you can't take back. This is kind of like a very low-key energy of not doing anything crazy and just keeping everything nice and smooth, everything in balance. Because I definitely feel like there's going to be a change in your circumstances with the Knight of Cups next to the Wheel of Fortune. Both of these cards represent change, except this one is a major arcana. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is basically the card of change. So if your relationship has been down here, it's finally time for that wheel to turn. It's finally time for you to get out of that negative phase. And remember that the main energy for you was the World. So like I said, this is usually a victory card, and it means that, it kind of looks like you have two wheels here. A bad cycle in your relationship is coming to an end, or a bad cycle in your love life is coming to an end. Maybe for those who are single, you have not been meeting the right people. That could change for you. I feel like there could be someone that comes in that tries to sweep you off your feet. This is exactly what you've been looking for. So this is positive change in your love life, single or coupled. This also means this is a very lucky time for you. For those who are single, this can definitely be, that they're asking you to get out there and meet new people. Even if you're kind of feeling disappointed or there was a betrayal or a breakup, this is a very lucky time for you in the month of April. Okay, so moving on to the next row, this card is important because it jumped for you when I was properly shuffling the deck, and then here it is again. So the Three of Swords tells me that there is something going on in your relationship, and for some of you, it can be that, you've broken up. It could be that there is, talk of separation or divorce, or maybe it has happened. Because it came up, it jumped with the Five of Cups, I feel like for some of you, maybe not everyone, this breakup or this divorce has already happened. And like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. I just kind of get the feeling when I look at this card that somebody feels like that everything is lost. But again, I feel like that can turn around for you. For some of you, it could be that you're already divorced, that you're just kind of moving on, again, with the main energy being the World, that you're moving on with the rest of your life, and there will be someone else with the Knight of Cups being here. This will be someone that would be, like a very positive influence on you, even if you're hurting right now. This is someone that wants to romance you and to change your life, to turn things around for you. But for others, this may not be a breakup. This may not be a divorce. This can just be a lot of bickering, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of fighting. And it could be that, this is what has someone very distressed. This could be, what has someone kind of thinking like, maybe I should get out of this relationship. Or there's something else going on here with the Temperance card. This is, saying, play it cool. Don't do anything crazy. It's a card usually of patience. So you also have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel here, the Four of Pentacles, this is a card of kind of playing it safe. It's a very kind of fear-based energy. So, seeing it next to the Three of Swords, I feel like there could be, a lot of misunderstandings between you and your partner. For some of you, you may have to kind of, really speak up about what's going on in the relationship. But the Four of Pentacles here, this tells me that for some of you, there's a lot of fear. You're playing it safe because you don't want to lose your partner. You're fearing the worst. The Four of Pentacles, like I said, it's very fear-based, but it's also, a very material card. For some of you, this can be, especially because it's next to another Pentacles here, there could be, arguments or disagreements that have to do with money, such as, someone overspending, not being very considerate. Someone could be taking all your money. Just kind of, that's the feeling that I get seeing the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, and then with the Six of Pentacles over here. This is, this can be someone that's being, like, very generous with their money. This card has many different meanings, but some of it is sometimes that you're being very generous. You've given a lot. For some of you, it can be money because it is next to the Miser card, the Four of Pentacles. And it could be that that's creating conflict in a relationship for those who are coupled, where you just keep giving, 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 but it may not be money. It could be that you've been very generous and loving with your partner, and you're not getting that in return. But I see that changing for you. This is a card of getting what you deserve. This is a card of receiving. It's your time to receive. That's why I said I feel like for some of you, you're seeing, something happening here that's making you very unhappy. That's really hurting you. This is causing disagreements and a lot of fighting. And I feel like for some of you, it could be about money, but also that, you're playing it safe. There's something that you're not saying to your partner. Now, for those who are single, I definitely feel, the Three of Swords, this is something that happened in the past. This could be, a recent breakup that you're still kind of mourning the loss of this relationship. You're just kind of feeling, like maybe you're not ready to move on. I definitely feel, because the Four of Pentacles is right next to it, that you're playing it safe. You're definitely protecting your heart. You don't want to let anybody in. But with the Six of Pentacles here, this is telling you that this actually is a great time for you to receive. This is a great time for you to find that person that you deserve. And remember, you do have the Knight of Cups over here. And this symbolizes someone wanting to come into your life to sweep you off your feet. You also have the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, telling you that this is a very lucky time for you. So you don't want to be dwelling on this relationship that was lost. There's somebody new coming in for you. Things are finally turning around. Okay, so this row here, you have the Ten of Cups. So for those who are already coupled, this is basically your relationship. This card represents marriage and children. This is, a very happy energy. This is your happily ever after. And I feel like, this is, this is what you want to hold on to. This is definitely like what you want. Remember that this card jumped with the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Major Arcana. And this does represent you having to be really strong and be very forgiving and be very compassionate with yourself or with another person. And I definitely feel like for some of you, it's with your partner. I feel like there's something going on where if you want to hold on to this relationship, this marriage, you have to be really strong and really brave and not lash out at your partner or not lose your temper. Remember that you also had, and it was the first card, Temperance, which, like I said, this is playing it cool. This is not kind of losing it and telling somebody off. Although I feel like somebody needs to speak their mind, but there's a difference between speaking your mind and telling somebody off. This is, kind of a battle between your ego, which wants to kind of tell somebody off, bite their head off, and your higher self, which is, very understanding, compassionate, and forgiving. So I feel like there's a need to be very compassionate with your partner, maybe even with yourself. I definitely see that there's a lot of work to do regarding a relationship where things just seem like really tough. I mean, I got that feeling from the cards that jumped from the deck before we even got into this reading. There's a lot of work to do to build this relationship, back up again. But you do have this energy, of the Ten of Cups. And this is great because this represents a happily ever after. So I feel like even though things may not look very good right now, you still have that energy here where you can still have the relationship that you wanted. And for those who are single, again, this can be, that there's someone that comes into your life in the month of April that could be marriage material, especially with the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune up there. This is definitely a possibility of a life partner, a very significant relationship. You just have to be really brave. You can't be thinking about this breakup that happened. This means that you have to be very compassionate with yourself. You have to maybe listen to your fears, but don't give in to them. You have to be strong when meeting new people. For some of you, this can be kind of feel like an uphill battle. There's a lot of work to do maybe in trusting new people or just kind of allowing yourself to kind of get out there. It's definitely a message that there's new people coming in for you, but I feel like for some of you, it's difficult. Like there's a very painful breakup, or you feel like you want to give up when it comes to relationships. But remember, the main energy is that, a cycle And for some of you, I definitely feel like it's a negative cycle. It's coming to an end. This is an ending and a new beginning. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for April 2017? You have the Emperor. Love reading for Aries for April 2017. You have the Ten of Wands. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. Eight of Wands. Okay, so you have the Emperor. The Emperor, this generally means like taking control of the situation. This means, I feel like this is what you want, basically, in your relationship. The Emperor represents stability. This means kind of being in control of what's happening in your love life. And I kind of feel like for some of you, things may have kind of spiraled out of control. It could have been just arguments within the relationship. It could have been arguments about money. This just means that you're finally taking your power back. You're finally stepping up. And that's what I was saying in this row here. I feel like for some of you, it's time to speak up. Not in a negative way, because you do have messages kind of, don't lose your temper with Temperance and the Strength card. The Emperor is all about taking your power back. Like, don't let your partner put you in this place where you're living in fear. Whether, it's fear of losing that partner or just, and I don't know, something else that could be unhealthy. This is taking your power back. And this could also, be more stability for a relationship that has been kind of on shaky ground. And I say that because you have the Ten of Wands. This is a very kind of tired energy. This is basically the energy of somebody getting to the point where they're so tired and fed up with what's going on that they're ready to throw in the towel. They're ready to give up on something or someone. But I feel because it's surrounded by positive cards that this does not have to happen. You're taking your power back, with the Emperor. You're creating a sense of stability for the relationship. And that can happen. With the Eight of Wands here, this is, again, positive change. The Eight of Wands, it's a lot like the Wheel of Fortune, except this is a minor arcana. This means that there can be change in your relationship. There can be fireworks again. This represents, exciting changes. So I feel like, a relationship that was really kind of struggling with the Ten of Wands, where maybe, somebody was really close to ending the relationship or getting ready to file for divorce, suddenly, they begin to see things differently. Everything turns around. For those who are single, I feel like for those who are single, the Emperor can be a person. This would represent someone who's older than you, an older man, someone who's very financially well off, someone who's very stable and grounded, someone very wise. And definitely with the Eight of Wands, this person brings a lot of excitement and a lot of change into your life. But again, with the Ten of Wands in the middle, you can't be in this energy where you're like, I'm done with my love life. I'm going to focus on my career or whatever it is. This is kind of, giving up. So I feel like you want to be open to meeting new people in the month of April, because there's definitely going to be some surprises. Okay, so let's see what this deck wants to tell you. This is love reading for Aries for April 2017. The Four of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for April 2017? The Magician. Love reading for Aries, April 2017. And the Ten of Cups. Wow. So this is a repeating card. Not only is this a synchronicity, but look at this. It's right next to the Ten of Cups. At the bottom of this deck, you have the Seven of Wands. So this is a need to speak up for yourself. And that's what I was getting from this middle row right here. This is having to speak your mind and stand your ground. And don't be intimidated by your partner. Don't kind of give in to your fears. This just means that you have to, again, just like the Emperor, take your power back. You have to say something. This is you being really brave. Okay, so let's take a look at what came up for you from this deck. I mean, it's definitely a synchronicity here. This is not, I don't think this has ever happened in reading. I mean, they usually come, sometimes we have repeating cards, but not right next to each other. The Ten of Cups from both decks. Again, this is, you know, a happily ever after. So I feel like this is an exclamation mark from Spirit that for those who are struggling in a relationship, there's, you know, that happily ever after is not being taken away from you, or your partner is not being taken away from you. Things are not coming to an end. For those who are single, this is a strong message for you that there could be someone you meet in the month of April that is marriage material. This person can be your life partner. Because they're so close together, I just feel like for those who are coupled, that, you know, that bond that you have, the closeness that you have is what's keeping you together. For those who are single, I feel like you could be very close to meeting your life partner. It could be that you already know them, or I could feel like they're very close to you. I feel like you just have to be willing to let them in. So I definitely feel like singles have been through something, you know, really painful. So over here, you have the Four of Swords. So this is, you know, a card of taking time to kind of slow down, and it makes sense because it's right next to the Temperance card. They're kind of similar. This is a card of kind of recharging your batteries, and I definitely feel like here somebody's just fed up with a situation in a relationship. This is taking the time to heal. So it could be that for some of you, you know, things look, you know, pretty tough. There's a lot of questions about your relationship, your love life. The Four of Swords means that, you know, there could be someone that needs time to figure things out. But this also, I'm getting a strong message of healing. I feel like they're telling you your relationship can be healed. For those who are single, I mean, you're definitely healing from something that really caused you a lot of heartache. Now, you also have the Magician, a major arcana. So the Magician is telling you that you have all the power. You can make the magic happen. I mean, seeing this with the Four of Swords and then the Ten of Cups down here, I feel like for those who are in a relationship where things just seem to, you know, be going to that, you know, place that you don't want it to go, you have the power to turn this around with the Magician. This is telling you you're creating your own reality. I'm also getting a message that for some of you, you need to watch what you're thinking about your relationship. So if you're walking around telling everyone it's a lost cause, we're probably going to get divorced, I ruined everything, or they ruined everything, you can actually make that happen. The Magician is a message that you're creating your own reality. So you want to only say positive things. You can actually create something that you don't want to see. But this is a card saying that, you know, you have the power to heal your relationship with the Four of Swords here. And also, you know, it came out with the Ten of Cups. Like I said, it's a huge synchronicity, a repeating card. This is your marriage. This is your relationship. This is your happiness, your happily ever after. There's something that you have to do. And it could be, you know, with the Four of Swords here, that what you're doing is that you're forgiving someone. Or it could be that you are taking the time to heal. You're taking the time to heal, or you're giving your partner the time to heal, or the, you know, the space to kind of figure things out. I just kind of get this feeling from this reading that you've been in a difficult place. Some people have been really hurt. You kind of feel like things are reaching a point where you feel like you're not going to be able to get out of that place. But with the main energy being the World, again, like you're moving out of that negative phase. You're finally opening, you know, a brand new chapter in your love life, whether you're single or you're in a relationship. But there is a need for you, with the other main energy here, in the Seven of Wands, for you to stand your ground, be strong. I mean, you have that message repeated here from the Strength card. You have to be strong in some way. You have to stand up to your partner. Not in a, you know, confrontational way where you're attacking them. But I feel like there's something that you have to say. You have to speak up for yourself. And for those who are single, this could be that you're standing up to your own fears. Okay, so I don't see anything else that kind of catches my eye here. I think I've already gone through everything. It just kind of seems like a time, you know, for change with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's definitely, like I said, I kind of felt when I saw both of these cards, I see, you know, two wheels. It's definitely time for movement in your love life. Again, single or coupled. And then with the Knight of Cups here, you know, this is such a positive omen for you. This is, you know, things finally moving along for you. Whether it's someone new coming into your life if you're single, or, you know, finally getting, you know, that spark back in your relationship. Okay, Aries, this has been your love reading for April 2017. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.